We are recording. Okay. Welcome to our mid-month Zoom, everyone. Well, kind of 2/3 of the way through the month Zoom.
Right. Almost towards the end.
Yeah.
So we just go over like what we do halfway through the month, which actually, like she said, 2/3 of the month through. And what us as leaders are doing to focus on keeping our momentum, pushing our business, and working it all the way until the last day of the month as hard as you can. So we're all just going to talk about a little bit of stuff that we each do that helps us individually. So me personally, when it hits the halfway point, I want to refocus. I want to get my mind straight because I tend to get in my head a little too much sometimes and overthink everything. So I always refocus and look at my goal. What is my goal? What am I focusing on? What promotion I'm going for? Or what am I trying to chart to get to the next promotion? And I want to get fired up. I want to get pumped up. I write it on make sure it's written on every mirror, make sure it's written on every surface that I can possibly put it on. I have my chart up on the wall so I can see it every time I go into my office. But I have reminders everywhere, so I cannot get it out of my head. And I just get my mind back into the beginning of the month. Let's do this. And then I reorganize. So I always rechart no matter what. If my chart's already up to date, I don't care. I literally will almost erase everything and rechart the entire thing because orders get changed, customers cancel, stuff happens, and you want to make sure that you're always up to date so that you don't get hit at the end of the month with some crazy surprise, right? So I always rechart, make sure my boxes are full, everyone that's in my boxes are still active and still there, and then I redo my numbers, check what like my projected numbers, so to speak, because some of them haven't gone through yet, and then just make sure that I have everything laid out exactly how, what I need, and have a clear picture of what I'm going for. As soon as I know exactly what I'm going for, I figure it out. Me personally, I like to math it all the way down. So if I know I need 20 more loyal customers, and I know it takes 10 people to tell me no before I get a yes, then I need to talk to 200 people from now until the end of the month. And I break it down like that just because I would rather have a goal in my head of, okay, well, that means I need to talk to this many people every day. And I need to talk to this many people every week in order to get this many people by the end of the month. It's just how my head works. But I like to do that. But I just like to refocus, rechart, reorganize, get pumped up, tell myself what I'm hitting, and then remind myself every single morning whatever it is. So right now I'm going for triples. So I am triple diamond. I'm telling myself that every single morning. I am triple diamond. So that's what I do. And then I think Jessica's next.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. So what I wanted to talk about was staying on top of credit card declines, as the month is going and not like waiting until the last minute to contact people. So I am in my e-suite, at least once or twice a day, probably way more than that, honestly. And I'm always checking. And so if you go in and you check under downline orders, you can see if a card declines. So it's really important to catch those early and contact them as soon as you see that a card is declined. If you see ACH declined by it, it means that it's the card's expiry date. So I think a lot of people feel kind of awkward contacting people with a card decline because we assume that it means they have no money, and it's an awkward thing. But honestly, most of the time, it's they got a new card, the card's expiry date is passed, maybe they got a card with a chip, and they just forgot to replace it. So I contact them right away, and I just keep it casual, like, hey, I was looking at my online office and I noticed that we had a snag with your order. Did you get a new card? I can help you update that right away. And people are thankful that you reached out to them, and then that way you can help reprocess it. If you have access and their permission to go into their account, you just go under order history. You can click on that order and reprocess it right away. You can change the date. So maybe it is a financial thing and they're having a tough month. In the first 3 months, they're allowed to skip a month, but you can set it up. So just staying on top of it, because if we ignore it, a lot of times they don't notice right away. People are busy, and then, you run the risk of their account canceling out or losing them as a customer. So that volume is huge. It's really, really important to stay on top of card declines early in the month. That's all I have about that.
I think I'm next. Okay. So I want to talk about getting back to the basics. So I know month one or day one of every month, everybody comes in, they're red hot, they're ready to start the month. They have that goal right there. And then as the middle of the month approaches, I feel like a lot of people, especially with the holiday we had this month, kind of fall off a little bit. They're like, well, maybe next month might be my month, or maybe I'll just kind of coast out the rest of the month and then I'll see what I could do, come May 1st, I'll come in again. But what I really, really like to do is kind of refocus my energy again. I like to remember why I started my business. So for me, I just like to take a quiet moment. I know I like to do like a shower or something, whatever it is that you do to kind of recenter and refocus. So maybe going for a walk, whatever it is for you, take that time and think, where do I want to be 1 year from now? And are the actions that I'm taking today going to get me to that goal that I have? So if the answer is no, obviously we need to refocus and we need to get back to the basics of enrolling, because that's really what we're here to do, right? We're here to help people change their life, join the team, purchase the product, whatever it is. So if you catch yourself doing activities that aren't making you money, like making lists and all of those other kind of things we kind of get busy doing, it kind of is that point where you have to snap back, and then I do like a lot of mine is through social media. So if I catch myself scrolling on Facebook, I'm like, oh, that's not money making activities. I need to kind of reset, to refocus. So my money making activities would be following, it would be interacting, it would be messaging, and definitely posting quality posts throughout the day. So that's kind of my point, is just kind of bringing it back. I know that it's really important. Maybe it's like an inspirational video that helps you, but whatever it is, so I'm like losing my breath. I'm like,
Prego props.
I'm so pregnant. Okay. Yes. So whatever it is that kind of helps you bring it back to your center, and remember that 11 days is a really long time to make a big change in your business, and the month is not over. So we still have so much time left. So whatever it is that your goal was, just know that you could still hit it. And we're all cheering for you, and we all are here to help you. I know a lot of people, they sign up and they think they're bugging their enrollers so much, but we really, really do just want to help. So if you have questions, reach out. Or Dream Achievers is great too for questions too. And that's really all I had. I can't breathe, so. Who's next? I think it was Yad.
I can jump in. I'm ready.
Yeah, Beata's next.
All right.
Okay.
Hey guys. So I have a couple different tips for you guys, and I want to piggyback on what some of the ladies have already said. But basically, I am definitely a list person. So I like to see things get done. The money-making activities get the list crossed off. So kind of to segue right into what Crystal just ended with, making sure you're doing those money-making activities. I am very easily distracted. But that's why I keep my steps to success always around with me. And I have my husband's business that I work too. So I make a list for myself and I make my steps to success for him. And obviously the more times you fill this out, guys, the more money you make. So number one income earners say 1 time steps to success. That is my goal every single month. But I just love, there's something about filling this up. If you guys aren't doing this, you need to try it. I promise it's going to change how you feel about your business, because when you fill that 4th LC in, you're like, oh my God, I'm almost done. I'm almost completed my steps to success. And you have this amazing feeling of, that's what the number one income earners in our company do. That's what they swear by, to make, over $100,000 a month. And if you can do that and you just simplify it in your head and not overcomplicate what we do, then it kind of creates this energy back in you, like Crystal said, going back to basics and, refocusing, and then you can go and look at your chart, like Kendra said, and, look at everything that you're doing throughout the month to see that everything is coming together. Because when you see that big picture kind of unfolding in front of you, and you see that everything that you're doing is coming to fruition, it really reinvigorates you. It re-inspires you. When you look at your team and you see your downline activity and you see that they're filling in their steps to success, and you know how much that is helping them and their family and how much their lives are going to change, you know, you have to be a leader at some point and step up in your business. And if you can do this for yourself, and then you can show your team that you're doing that, that is how you're going to take your business to an HNL. Honestly, that's the foundation right there. And for me, that was the huge turning point in my business, was when I stopped being just a distributor, just stopped being a Ruby. And I was like, no, like I'm diamond mindset, you know, I'm double mindset. Now I'm working on triple and prez mindset. And I reached up to Taylor. I'd never talked to her before. She always jokes about this, but I was like, I'm sorry to bother you again. She's like, shut up. But you know, I had to take that leap, and I had to take that, you know, risk again, not just in joining this business, but, you know, to do what I had to do for my family, and to do what I had to do to make the money that I need to make every month. So for me, just kind of, like I said, seeing that, you know, the tool, the 3 steps that we say in this business are going to take you to success is happening, you know, that's huge for me. This is kind of a bad example, but you guys, we also have these amazing things in our document library of eSuite, these Go plans. Obviously, April's kind of weak for me, so don't judge me by that. But if you guys are really people who want to see things get done, right, and who doesn't, print one of these out for yourselves, or go in like I just did with my steps of success and write it down. I'm huge with the steps of success, you guys. It keeps me focused. It reminds me, hey, I've got to get another 4 loyal customers and another 4 distributors in the next 11 days. Because that's the goal that I've set for myself, and that's what I want to do to take my business to where I need it to be. And it's not overwhelming. It just, like I said, just helps to re-energize me and refocus me. So that's my tip for you guys.
I think I'm next. Mine will be pretty quick. It's something that I do often, but it's really important in the last 3 quarters of the month, I guess you would say. But it's just making sure that you are talking to your teams and making sure that they are doing the right steps to meet their goals. So obviously, if you're a leader, you should always be talking to your teams. It's not like you ignore them the rest of the month and, oh, it's half the month, let's go. But you talk to them the whole time, but around half month, a little bit after, you should be messaging them all and making sure, okay, what is your goal for this month? How close are you to this goal? Okay, you're this far away. What are you going to do to get that goal? What can I help you with? You know, just making sure that you know where they want to be versus where they are, and helping them find the steps that they need to do that, which the steps to success that Beata was talking about is exactly right. Doing those steps to success is what's going to get you to whatever goal you have, whether your goal is promoting or getting distributors and customers. I mean, the steps to success will do it. So pretty much just what I do when it's coming towards the middle of the month is I'll just privately message each person on my team and just ask, you know, say, how are you doing? What was your goal that you set at the beginning of this month? Have you met it yet? If not, how far away are you? What do you need to do to get there? And then we just kind of set up a game plan. And if they need tips from me, I'll help them. If they don't, I'll just kind of keep them on the right direction and just make sure that they are doing what they need to get to where they want to be. And yeah, that's my small tip.
I think it's my turn now. So all of those are all such great tips, and it's totally true. A lot of it all comes together. So I'm sort of kind of piggyback of everything all over the place. But one of the first thing I wanted to share is after charting after the 25th. So I find once all orders have run in the next few days, I kind of change my charting strategy. So instead of having a full chart out, I start to get lists of the people. So for example, when I was promoting to Diamond, I have 5 orders that I can place, and Gabriel was my Emerald, so he had 5 orders that he could place. Then I had my Ruby who could place 5 orders as well. So what I did is, this might sound a little bit confusing, but I changed my chart to be a list. So I had so I had the spots that I could place. So I had my first, the people in my top line that I could place an order with. I could place orders in my rubies, of course, and then of course in my emeralds. But then I broke it down. So in Gabe's leg, how many spots did he have left that weren't at 400? Where did we need those orders to be placed? Then I went to the ruby and broke it down. And I found this really, really helped with placing loyal customers in those last few days, because I'm looking at my list. And again, this probably sounds so confusing. And if it is, message me and I can totally walk you through it for your personal chart. But I found, when I was narrowing it down, I was able to look at my emerald and say, okay, Gabe's got 6 spots left. I could fill 1 there. He can get the 5, but where else can I do it? My other 4. So it really balances it out. So while you're enrolling loyal customers, the game point is that you're going to be enrolling those customers and placing them to cross those 400 boxes off. So I felt having it in a list really made me be able to see exactly where I needed it, who was the closest, and again, it helps me at the end of the month, because when it comes to the very end, you only have 5 orders per person, per leader. So again, it really helped narrow that down. Again, that may sound totally confusing, and message me if you want me to go over your chart with you and I can explain it to meet with your personal goals, and it'll make more sense. But one of the things I really wanted to share with is I had a Zoom today. So I'm on a Zoom, I'm on a team page with a bunch of going ambassadors, and we do Zooms every week. So this week was the perfect way to share all these amazing tips that I learned from somebody that actually promoted to double diamond last month. I did share her video on the team page, and if you haven't watched it, I totally recommend watching it, because the tips she shared were just mind blown. So like Kendra had sort of said in the beginning, you have to get your mindset back to the beginning of the month. You have to be positive. You have to be chanting what goal you're going after. Keep chanting it. Like we said, it's 11 days left, but 11 days left is huge. So the girl that actually shared her tips, it came to the 25th of the month, and she was over 4,000 group volume from promoting to double. Over 4,000 group volume. She went to her enroller, and enroller was like, I'm so sorry, but I don't want you to stress about this, but I don't think it's going to happen. She completely was just like, you're over 4,000. Like, that's a lot of work. And so she went to her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was like, yeah, babe, like this, you're so far out. And she's like, I literally cried on the floor. I laid on the floor and cried for 30 minutes. So if you're in the position of feeling like it's over, take your moment to sit there and cry. Take your moment to feel sorry for yourself. But at the end of it, you have to get up off that floor and get over yourself. And that's exactly what she did. She was over 4,000 group volume after the 25th, when all orders had ran. And from the 25th of the month until the end of March, she enrolled 59 loyal customers. My mind was just blown when I heard this, because that is just somebody who is determined to make a promotion happen and is going after it. She was like, people are telling me no. My upline is telling me no. And her upline has obviously been in this business longer than she has. And she was just like, it's just not possible. It's out of reach. And she was just like, no, I'm going to believe in myself. I've been fighting for this promotion. I got a bonus to earn, and I'm going to go out and do it. And that's exactly what she did. So she didn't look at these last few days and think, oh, it's over. She was like, I'm not giving up, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. So she went out and signed 59 loyal customers. So a few things that she actually did, she worked a lot through Facebook. So one of the great tips I love that she shared was that she went to her family and friends, and they could have bought from you. But one of the ones she said is, for my family and friends that didn't buy from me, I messaged them. I said, okay, you haven't bought anything from me. You haven't supported me. And so the least you can do is allow me to tag you in my post. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tag you in my post. So every post she was making, she was keeping them short. She felt the post with long emojis was not getting her anywhere. So she kept them short. One of the ones she used, just going over my notes, was summer's just around the corner. Who wants to get rid of cellulite? Then she tagged a whole bunch of her friends, and she shared results in the comments. She's like, from that, I got so many people. She's like, the way I just kept it so short rather than getting all these emojis and making it a long status, she said she felt that really, really helped her. She also said, like, who can share a status for me? But instead of these people writing a status, because I've done it before, and a lot of the time I'll write the status for them, but what she did was have them write the status and tag her in it. She had them tag her in it, but she didn't allow this to be shown on her personal Facebook, so it wasn't all of these statuses that she was tagged in. But it only benefited because it opened up a whole new network into this person that was sharing that status. So I really love that. And what she said is, she's like, I went to these people that share the status and I said, if you have one person that can sign, I'm going to give you a free wrap. If you have 3 to 5 people, I'm going to give you a free product under a certain amount of, like she priced it at a certain price. So whatever price range. So people who are starting out, you can just simply say, I'll give you a free a free sample of my greens. And if you have 3 to 5 people, I'll give you a free wrap. Like, keep it simple. You don't have to go out and spend all this money, but keep what you have on hand. And for the greens, you get a whole bunch of packets for on the go. So it's a perfect way to grow your business and to grow the network. And she's like, people were literally helping these people sign up because they were excited to get this free product. Then she would also go to her loyal customers and she said, can you share your results online and tag me? So instead of you posting about your loyal customers, she just say, do you mind sharing that on your social media and tagging me in it for the next few days? And then she'd say, what's your favorite product? And they might give a favorite product that they have. And she says, if you share your status, or if you share your results for the next 10 days and post this status with it, I'll let you try that. So if they're like, I want to try the Fat Fighters, and she'll be like, okay, then I'll give you the Fat Fighters if you do this. So just really opening up that network. And she said, when she did enroll, she had no potential loyal customers. So she really had to dig down deep to figure out how to open up her network. And that's exactly what she did. Then she would also go to the person that shared the status. And if they had people signing from it, she would message them and be like, oh my gosh, I just signed up somebody. I just signed up another person. And then after, signing 1 to 2, she would bring up the business with them. Like, have you ever thought of this? Like, we just posted one status on your page and you already have people asking about it. This would be the perfect opportunity. And these customers could go right under you. You could sign as a distributor and these could be your customers, which I thought was so incredible. So just really focusing on opening up your network. And again, knowing that just because it's the end of the month does not mean it's over. Just sort of looking at, another good one is, and people are scared to do this. People are nervous to do this, but getting people on the phone. She said, as soon as I started to get people on the phone, my business just started to boom. She simply messaged people that had liked her statuses, had commented on the status, like me. And she said, hey girl, thanks for the love, thanks for the like, thanks for the message. I saw that you were interested in this. I can get you started right now on my 90-day program. What's your number? And I'm going to get your order in. So then right then and there, she gets their number, she calls them up, and she starts a conversation. And as she's putting in the order, she would simply just say, say they're interested in the thermal fit. She'd say, okay, I've got thermal fit in the cart right now. This is the total price. But here's the thing. What goal do you have in mind? How much weight are you trying to lose? They say it. She would go right to the system. She goes, girl, and she had her own results from the system. So if you don't have your own results from the system, partner up from somebody on your team, from the Dream Achievers, results that you have seen and say, this is somebody that I know personally. I think it's better when it's somebody that you do know, and say, this is the system. They had lost, and Autumn was the girl's name, and she had lost over 50 pounds. So she was, she became a product of the product and has been able to share that with others, which again, they trust in more when it comes from you personally. And she would just simply say, well, girl, like, if this is your goal, like, I want to get you set up on the system. This includes da 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 da. And she felt like people really loved the word system. It felt like a package. They could follow instructions easy. And then one of the girls kind of said, she's like, when I get them on my phone, she's like, I pair them up. So if they're going after thermal fit, I'm going to say, okay, girl, I'm going to add Fat Fighters to your cart right now. We're just going to see what the total is, because in all honesty, Fat Fighters and thermal fit is like sister products. So these two products are going to enhance results even more. And I personally use these two products, and this is my results. Then she said, so thermal fit, Fat Fighters, wraps, and defining gel. She would just simply say, we've got the wraps in your cart. This is the total. I'm going to add defining gel to the cart just to see what the total is, because the truth is, the defining gel used in between wrapping is going to enhance those results, and this is going to make your results even more. Then she also said she pairs up the greens and the cleanse. So if they're getting the cleanse, you're going to recommend the greens, and back forth. So just just using the words like these are sister products and they're going to give you those best results. And they just said when you've got them on the phone, you're keeping it personal. You're taking time out of your day. You're showing them that you care. You're being there for them. And again, you're walking them through the process. And I think it's really important to show people that we care, that we're not just interested in the order. But again, taking that extra time to get their order, then walk them through it, say what the total is. And then when you're adding in this extra product, you're not just adding it in it, but you're honestly trying to help these people enhance it. Because I mean, for us personally, we're not going to take just fat fighters for 30 days and think that we're going to see results. And, we've got to pack things together. We want to meet a goal. So really focusing on let's meet this goal. And this product works great with this product. And she said, honestly, she's like, once I get them on my phone, she's like, I've never just placed one product order. She's like, I usually always get them on the system or at least one other product in that package as well. So I really like that. And then another girl, a girl that promoted to presidential last month, had said she was 15,000 GV away, 2 weeks left of the month, and just made that decision. She decided. You have to decide it. If you are counting it out to not promote, you're not going to promote. If you make a decision in your mind and go after that goal, that's when it happens. I mean, even for me personally, when I went diamond, I had 2 weeks left in the month and I decided it was going to happen. When I went double, I had 8 spots open on my chart that I needed to fill out, plus a whole bunch of group volume, but I made it happen. I made the decision that I was going to go after that, and I did it. So you have to really make the commitment. Use these tips that you're being given. I mean, I was just blown away after the Zoom today because I had just learned so much. And what I loved is it was a double diamond sharing these tips. So, I think it's kind of neat to know that it doesn't matter where you are, but everyone has those tips to share. And we were all just like, oh my gosh. And it's such like obvious tips, but it's stuff that you never think of, like tagging your friends. That's so simple to tag your friends, and it's going to open that network. And just keep tagging your friends, every day, change it up, tag your mom, tag your partner, tag your cousins, tag those people, because again, it's going to show on their wall and it's going to open your market. And then it's also cool because then you can also start talking to this person about being a potential distributor, because you can be like, hey, I posted this status and some people had liked it. People had commented. Have you ever thought about being a distributor? This is what you're already getting from a few statuses posted. So really opening it up and just getting excited about it. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. But yeah, just so many great tips. One of the ones was, who wants to do a colon cleanse for the cleanse? Keeping those statuses simple. And again, creating that sense of urgency. So when you're following up with these people who have commented and liked or on these statuses, you're going to message them and say, hey, I'm so excited. I'm placing orders right now and I have one spot left. You're going to create that sense of urgency, especially near the end of the month. You want to create that sense of urgency to get those orders in as soon as possible. Another great one that someone has said is they say, you say, I've got 10 spots open. I mean, you message them and you say, I've got 3 spots open and these people are going to get 10% back. So 10% back comes from the perk points of 10% on their order. So you're just going to say, I've got 3 spots and these 2 people are going to get 10% back on their order immediately. So just creating that sense of urgency, getting excited. And again, get that mind frame where you want it to be. If you have a goal, keep going after the goal. Like Piata had said, make a list of stuff, because sometimes, I know for me personally, like sometimes that list can be intimidating because you're like, I haven't done this and I haven't done that and oh my gosh. But it's to help you get your mind frame right. Get excited about it, because when you start to fill out those lists, then you start to feel like you're accomplishing something. You start to feel good in your business. So really, really get focused in. And get excited about it, because we only have, maybe you may say we only have 11 days, but people are like, we have 11 days to change more lives than ever. And that's the mindset you need to have. Did anyone have anything else they wanted to add? No? Okay, so yeah, I'm excited for everyone to keep going after the dreams. Keep fighting, keep believing. Remember that I'm your upline as well, so feel free to message me, even though you have all of your other amazing leaders. I'm still here to support you, cheer you on, tips however I can. Again, if you don't understand the list thing after charting after the 25th and you feel like that may be useful for you, I feel like with every promotion, it's how I promoted because it's just an easier way to break everything down. You can message me about it and I can totally help you with your chart and stuff like that. But other than that, I think our Zoom for our month end is over. So I hope everyone has a great night. Bye, guys.